Good morning, thank you for joining us. It's Tuesday, it's just after 8:30. Breakfast today with Sally Nugent and John Kay.
Breakfast? What would you have at breakfast? Would you ever have a jacket potato for your breakfast? Potentially?
No, but I could.
Well, Nina is out on a brilliant story this morning, talking about the hospitality sector, which has had a tough time the last few years, but food trucks have been doing incredibly well. Nina is with a celebrity spud seller. Morning, Nina.
The celebrity spud seller, Sally. Good morning. This here is Spudman, cracking on with his spuds. It's quite quiet now in Tamworth Town Centre. Have a look out there at the moment, but you can expect massive queues if you come down on market day, because Spudman is known all around the world. He sells spuds to around 1,000 people every day, 1,000 spuds sold every day. The concept is pretty simple. You get a spud like this, you wrap it in foil, it goes in the queue, it goes in the oven, and then the toppings go on. And some of them are pretty traditional, the ones you might expect. So you've got your baked beans, very popular with lots of you. Also the chicken curry, which I'm going to try a little bit later, and starts at around £3, so not bad value. What's been fascinating this morning is joining Spudman's global audience here on TikTok Live. At the moment, we have 7,000 people watching. Tarleton in Lancashire, morning to you. Hello from Sheffield. Good morning from the Philippines. 2.7 million follows from all around the world. Good morning, Australia. Hello from Glasgow. Spudman is incredibly popular, and that's been part of your success, hasn't it? And you joined TikTok to keep an eye, nice, on your 9 kids, thinking it was all about the dancing. And what it's actually done is brought in customers from Malaysia, from America. We met AJ earlier from the Isle of Wight, who'd come here specifically to meet you.
It's gone bonkers. We have taken the humble jacket potato to a global phenomenon again. It's the renaissance of the spud. It really is.
And what is the secret?
I have no idea. I just go on TikTok, put myself out there, be open and honest, and show the world what we do, and people seem to really engage with it.
But it is quite a limited menu. It is quite simple.
Keep it simple and do it well. Don't overcomplicate things. It's a jacket spud at the end of the day. It is. Go and support your local Spudman. There is one in every town, and they're waiting for you. And
you enjoy doing mobile catering?
I love this, my job. I've done this for 21 years. It very much fits around me and my life, my crazy life. So I wouldn't change it for the world. And I don't want to everyone says, oh, you need to go into a bricks and mortar shop or do this. I don't. I'm quite happy carrying on doing what I'm doing and the way we're doing it now.
The freedom it gives you.
Yeah, we can hook up and go anywhere we want if we wanted to. I love Tamworth, and we're going to be here for a long time to come.
He could go anywhere, but he chooses to stay in Tamworth. Yeah. Crack on with my potato, because I'm really looking forward to this.
Lots of butter?
Lots of butter, lots of cheese, lots of curry, and lots of onion sprinkles on the top, you said. Thank you very much. And he's not the only one taking advantage of mobile catering boom. The industry is worth about £1.2 billion every year in the UK. And what's interesting is there a growth of about 20% every year, partially because of that freedom and independence. Also, your startup can be cheap. You can get one of these units for around £5,000 second hand, and you're more or less good to go. And so it means they have that freedom and lower overheads. But in a recent survey, those in street food say they've seen prices and overheads go up. 100% of respondents said that, unsurprisingly really, food, fuel and labour costs being among them. But undoubtedly, this is an area of growth. If you think back to 20 years ago, did you know much about street food? Was there much choice out there? That has changed a lot. Let's speak to Richard. Has he come for a spud or has he come for an interview? A bit of both, I think. You started tracking street food with Marco Pierre White in New York decades ago, and it's boomed since then. What do you love about it?
I love the fact that there's kind of a real DIY element to it. You come and get a baked potato from Ben, Spudman. You know that he's a local fella. He works with local farms, gets his butter from 10 miles up the road, that the money will stay here. So a brand like Spud, for instance, no more, because it's quite faceless, it's quite corporate, branches up and down the country. He stays here, he wants to keep this all about him. He puts money into the local area. It's regenerating Tamworth. You can hear the building that's going on, but all of these businesses benefit from him and it's street food making places taste better.
Do you think part of the appeal is in an era where there are lots of global brands, which many say are taking over high streets? Most of these are independent, and what's more is often they'll bring global cultures to our doorstep that we may not have known about.
Yeah, absolutely. The British Street Food Awards, the European Street Food Awards and the USA Street Food Awards, we're finding the best independent traders, and that means certainly in America. We were in LA in November and we found it was like first wave immigrants bringing foods and flavours to the street that not everybody, certainly in America, would know about. And that's really important. You want to get those people out of their home kitchens, and well, we want to find the next big thing, and whether that's like we've been working with it with an Ethiopian chef recently who's working a lot with teff that she cooks at home. But when I tasted her teff pancakes with this particular type of sauce and a drizzle on top, I thought, well, I've never had anything like this before. People would love this, you know. So it's about doing something different. But Ben totally underselling what he does, because yes, anybody can do a baked potato, but not do it properly. Because when he cracks that potato, just look at the TikToks.
I know.
It's got that sound, ASMR. So his videos produce like a very visceral sensation in me.
As you talk about that Ethiopian food, I started to salivate there, Richard. The proof is in the pudding. What can I get you, love? What kind of spud would you like?
Cheese and beans.
Cheese and beans.
Don't mess.
Your classic.
Yeah.
Shall we get that started? And also, Spudman, my curry one with cheese as well.
Yeah,
While you prep those,
no worries.
is that all right? We will pay, I promise. While we prep those, thank you so much for sending in your spud love this morning. Let me just pull up some of the messages we've had. So the general consensus, you are with Richard. It's all about the beans and cheese. Look at this birthday cake though. Cheryl made it for her daughter. It's a beans and cheese spud cake. That is true commitment to the Spudman. Richard, do you want to try that one? Rose in Worksop says her go-to topping for the last 25 years, blue cheese, crispy bacon and coleslaw. Rose, you're a lady after my own heart. Jen in Glasgow loves cheese, coleslaw and pineapple on hers. A lot of debate about whether you can mix the hot and cold toppings. Mackerel fillets, spicy tomato sauce and cheese. That's what Peter likes. And Drew, what do you think about this? A dessert option of a sweet potato with fresh raspberries and hot chocolate sauce.
I have eaten some interesting potatoes because of TikTok a few times, or I've had jelly and peanut butter potatoes, ice cream on a potato. The TikTok are not like, you know, if you give them the option of what I want to eat on a spud and give them the choice, they come up with some interesting combinations.
And I've asked them on TikTok this morning, what is it about sitting and watching Spudman live? And they said he's just a lovely guy.
That's
He
nice.
seems like, isn't it?
Aww.
Right, where's my curry spud?
I've not made it
Spudman?
you yet. Hold on. I can knock them up in no time.
He can knock it up in no time. It's on its merry way. Sally, I know you were quite jealous. I will bring you back a spud with curry, don't you worry, and with the onion sprinkles on the top. The thing about Spudman is, because he has a renal condition, he has to have dialysis 5 times a week, which means he has to limit his potassium and spud intake. It's so cruel.
It's, yeah, I don't.
He's supposed to. Let's hope his doctor isn't
Curry's
watching.
down
Let's
there.
get that curry sauce on the top.
Bring that back for
Here
us,
we go.
Nina. Can't wait for that.
We
Nina's-
will do.
Nina is Spud woman this morning,
She
I think.
is.
Spud man has met his match. Raspberries and hot chocolate sauce.